I hope you can all hear me. Let me introduce myself. My name is Ciarra, and I will be your tour guide and will support you during the tour. Welcome to Mt.Samat National Shrine, or commonly known as Dambana ng Kagitingan. Before anything else, I'd like to take some time to say some few friendly reminders. Firstly, do not leave the group. As you see, this is a wide area and we don't want waste looking for each other. So, we all can make enjoy to the fullest out from this tour. Secondly, do not throw your trash anywhere and observe proper waste disposal. Third, as I raise this flag, this is the signal that you should follow me. And lastly, as we enter the museum later, I ask that you do not touch anything from the museum, and also make sure that you won't be making so much noise or worse end up to damaging the properties in the museum. Did you know that the Battle of Bataan is famous in history as one of the last stands of American and Filipino soldiers before they were overwhelmed by the Japanese forces in World War II. Prior to the 1941 Japanese invasion, the U.S. Army stored nearly 1 million U.S. gallons of gasoline there. Shortly after the Japanese Army invaded the country in December 1941, the combined U.S. and Filipino forces were being gradually overrun, and General Douglas MacArthur moved his troops to the Bataan Peninsula in an attempt to hold out until a relief force could be sent from the U.S.-Japanese forces started a siege of the peninsula on January 7, 1942, and launched an all-out assault on April 3, a few months after the Battle of the Point. The majority of the American and Filipino forces surrendered on April 9 and were forced to march more than 100 kilometers from Bataan to Tarlac, which became known as the Bataan Death March. To be precise, the Bataan Death March was the forced march of the American and Filipino prisoners of war by the Japanese during World War II. The 63-mile march began with 72,000 prisoners from the southern end of the Bataan Peninsula in the Philippines on April 9, 1942. The horrible conditions and harsh treatment of the prisoners during the Bataan Death March resulted in an estimated 7,000 to 10,000 deaths, where the thousands of people from the World War II are being recognized and remembered. The Memorial Cross, located near the summit of the Mt.Samat, is a national shrine dedicated to the fallen Filipino and American soldiers, Filipino and American. The complex is an open museum with an architectural and artistic masterpieces of some of our national artists. The main features are the colonnade and the memorial cross. The colonnade has an altar at the center, surrounded by a marble-covered esplanade. The altar's backdrop is a stained glass mural designed by Celine Rivera and made by artist Bertrand Darte Giuliani. Also in the colonnade are sculptural inscriptions and mural of the Battle of Bataan by national artist Napoleon Abueva. Standing on the summit at 92 meters is a giant memorial cross made of marble, steel, and concrete. It has an elevator and a 30-meter long viewing gallery at the arms of the cross. It is open to the public, where one can have a 360 degrees view of Bataan Peninsula. The nearby historic is Corridor Island and Manila Bay. So I think that's enough. That's all for today. We still have a few minutes left. Please be sure to back here at our meeting place after 30 minutes. Remember, don't forget your cameras as there are a lot of opportunities to take pictures. On behalf of Travel and Tours, we wish you a memorable and pleasant vacation here in Bataan. Thank you and God bless.
Kati-kati na ba ang iyong mga paa? Handa nang umalis, magiwaliw at lumarga. Buti na lang taga dito ka. Sing dami ng happening, ang dami ng isla. It's more fun in the Philippines. Rocky Mountain